This is Bad Karma Wrestling.
Give me a hell yeah!
With no gimmick Nick Johnston.
It doesn't matter how you feel!
And David Double D Dykstra.
And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to everyone's favorite show. It's BK Dub, BK Dub, BK Dub. Bad Karma Wrestling, your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestling show, live here from Illinois Media School. Nick Johnston, to my right, is my tag team. Oh, switching it up.
I'm filling in.
Wicked.
I'm feeling. They're throwing me in late because of an injury. So
Scotty, yeah, exactly. As always, cards subject to change in the professional wrestling realm. So exactly right. That's Scotty Kiefer on the ones and twos usually. But he's over here today, co-hosting.
David got stuck in customs, so like Drew McIntyre. So
That's
he's
right.
just chilling with him.
I know. Gotta get that legal ID there, Jim. Oh man. Well, anyways, we got tons of stuff to get to. Obviously, unfortunately, we weren't here last week, so we got, like I said, a lot of things to get to from there. We got SummerSlam on the horizon. AEW just wrapped up their residency in the Aragon Brawl Room, and then we got some new gimmicks here on the third. Yeah, exactly.
Nick's new gimmick.
Exactly. Well, I don't know. No gimmicks is my gimmick, so that's the whole point. So I don't know. We obviously Scotty's World will stay, but let's switch it up a little bit. I got some fun stuff towards the end. But as always, if you're ready to rock and roll, I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's get into this stuff. So unfortunately, starting off with what everyone else had at the last week. Like I said, I was out of town. Double D out of town as well. We just couldn't get to this. You guys were also wrapped up with some plans as well. Yeah. So literally all four of us could not make it to have a show in any sort of realm. But, of course, the biggest news probably in professional wrestling in quite some time, the unfortunate passing of Hulk Hogan, Terry Bollea, happened on last Thursday, at the age of 71. I believe it was confirmed due to a heart attack. It's just super unfortunate, obviously, for – he was looking tough. He was looking beat up, honestly, from their last kind of appearance from his WWE, and that's honestly a shame that it is his last WWE appearance, the California appearance, where he's getting booed out of the arena with Jimmy Hart. But again, just super unfortunate just to see that passing. Honestly, a legend in every sort of which way. You can't be ignorant in that realm, whether it's just making a mark on sports, entertainment, or sports in general. I believe he definitely made that mark. Honestly, just an American icon in every sort of which way. So some people in that back in the day have even been able to say, like, they knew before they even knew wrestling, they knew because of like Hulk Hogan's cartoon, the G.I. Joe stuff. So again, he had some personal, things that was kind of self-inflicted, obviously, from his his audio clip that went viral, clearly saying some slurs. But hey, man, it's that's not really for me to tell you to like, hey, I'm not trying to defend him either which way. Like I said, that's the whole point with Hulk, where everything he's done right, he's kind of brought back with like some self-inflicted thing. It's not like O.J. Simpson. He didn't kill anybody. Yeah. So
I mean, everyone has their own problems. Everyone has said something or done something that isn't to the stature that we bring him up to be. But at the end of the day, you are talking about someone who was an American hero for a lot of people. I mean, I texted my uncle when it happened, and he was just like, "That was my childhood hero growing up." Yeah. And he doesn't even watch wrestling anymore, but he remembers that from when he was a kid. It was that kind of thing where the entertainment and the joy and the heroism he brought to everyone in his life outweighs everything he did outside of the squared circle. Entrepreneur with his beer and all that, and movie star, obviously WWE superstar and WCW superstar, but a great life he lived and brought a lot of joy to a lot of people, and he meant a lot to millions across the world, not even just here in America.
And that's a good point, where even if you weren't necessarily a wrestling fan, a diehard wrestling fan, knew the ins and outs, or maybe a Mark fan, if you are a Mark or whatever it is, if you didn't trade tapes type deal, if he was to that like level of fandom, he was just kind of that, like, exactly that. He was just like a representation of just the good versus the evil.
Yeah.
Take your vitamins, say your prayers type deal. So it's that's kind of where it's at. So that's where everyone kind of just accepts it. So
And I
Yeah.
mean, Triple H said it on Friday. Like, they wouldn't really be here if it wasn't for him. He sent wrestling to a different stratosphere and in popularity.
Yeah.
To where it continues to be popular, and a lot of that is because of Hulk Hogan.
yeah, took it to a whole nother level as the real American Hulk Hogan doing the whole ripping the shirt thing, and then has a renaissance of pretty late in his career having the whole NWO gimmick go on.
Yeah, after doing movies and like completely not really training for a while, and then just getting right back into it. And becoming the biggest thing in wrestling.
Getting booed like real heat, like go home heat, and then he turns and has one of the biggest factions of all time in the NWO. So, like I said, it's one hell of a career without a doubt. Obviously, the different matches, of course, not the best wrestler of all time.
No,
and not in any sort of
not
way.
at all.
But he put asses in seats,
Yes.
which is the most important part of this business. So whether you like it or not, that's what he did. Again, I mean, between beating Andre, which honestly now after that, I forgot exactly which numbers it was, but it was like 8 or 9 different WrestleManias now where there's no living participants from that. So
that's weird.
I think it was like WrestleMania 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it was something like that. It's all the pretty early on WrestleManias. There's very limited survivors, I guess, at this point.
I mean, the double turn at 18.
Yeah, him and Rock at 18 was probably I've been seeing a lot of clips from that.
First Mania.
Such a great call from Jim Ross. I don't know if he goes, this is the move that beat Andre, and then he goes 1, 2, and kicks out, and they're like, oh my god. Well, I mean, just again, what a call, what a match. That was huge pop, and again, just going back to that where again Hulk's supposed to be the heel. Crowd just like, nope, we want
Let nostalgia take over.
Yeah, exactly right. So, some of those were definitely the best moments. I don't know if you saw, there was a couple different reactions of people saw on like Sonya Deville was having a podcast with AJ. Is that her name? With the beer, Rusev's wife or Lana? Yeah, I think that they were having a podcast together and could have delivered it a little bit better. The producer just kind of put it up on a Google slideshow and put Hulk Hogan has passed away, and they're like, what?
No way.
Yeah, they had to read it instead of like maybe just getting a bug in their ear and someone just walking and be like, hey man, Hulk Hogan passed. I mean, I was over at the tractor pull, I was up on a lift and I read my phone and I go, oh god, like come on man. So I'm like 50 feet in the air waiting on these tractors to get going, and I'm like, this is like one of the most disappointing news I've heard in a while. And I mean, back to back, it was Ozzy Osbourne, then it was Hulk Hogan. Of course, can't put him over for 48 hours.
No, he couldn't put him over for 24 hours before he
no.
just had to take the spotlight.
That ain't gonna work for me, brother.
That's not gonna work for me, brother.
So yeah, unfortunate passing. I don't want to harp on it too much, but there was people that he got 3 10-bell salutes. A mention on AEW. I'm glad people.
I hated the people saying that they were like, why isn't AEW doing it like the first show? It was like kind of getting annoying. Like they haven't made a single statement, and they made a statement on their show. It's like
everyone wanted a social media post, which again, if that's satisfying enough for you, whatever. Like that's not how you do it. They hadn't had a live show. Again, it was Thursday. They had just Wednesday. Obviously, Dynamite was just the night before, which was live.
Died Thursday morning.
Yeah.
So there's no show for them to do, and then they did it on Collision.
Yeah, they were doing a live Collision Saturday, so that was their next upcoming show. So
how come the WWE didn't do it on the Thursday then?
Yeah.
How come they didn't do it on Thursday?
That was my only big thing. Was kind of just like relax. Like this is kind of weird. It obviously also all the wrestlers of AEW were putting out posts.
Yeah.
Matt Jackson put out a post basically exactly right. He's like, I wouldn't be wrestling if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan. Like I was a young kid watching Hulk Hogan. So again, it's just one of those things like is that not good enough? Like, can you all just relax? Like let everyone kind of do their own thing, and not to throw more shade or more light, but like there was people that were like there were also active wrestlers and superstars kind of crapping on Hogan for dying too.
Yeah,
so
there's that too. There's no room
how
for
about
that.
how about you put more light on the people that are actively like hating on the guy for dying?
And again,
instead
this is
of just
coming
not
from
posting
this is
stuff.
coming from a show where when he showed up on the 6th on Raw Netflix, we made fun of him for it.
Yeah.
But it's different when they die. It's a lot different in that instance. It's more celebrating rather than tarnishing them. So.
And again, I don't want to say you saw the writings on the wall, but you saw how brutal it was for him to just kind of walk around, and he only made it out to that part of the stage
He
for
was
a
supposed
reason.
to go to the ring, and he
yeah,
just
like he was
wasn't
just
gonna be
not going to be able to make
yeah.
it. It's just clear. It's clear as day he was not in the best of health. So
I do think it's funny that Randy Orton was his last WWE match.
there was that. There was that post. Randy Orton's been a lot of last matches for a couple of legends. Dusty Rhodes, now Orton, or exactly right with Hogan. Unbelievable.
The real legend killer. But no, rest in peace to Hulk Hogan.
Who'd have thought that Jake Roberts would outlive all these this?
That's crazy.
I'm sorry, Jakey. It's DDPY, baby. That is a shout out to DDPY, if anything. That goes to tell you, goes to show you. Flair too. Flair, and he's cancer free. He's cancer free now.
Yeah.
So congratulations there as well. Again, Hulk Hogan passing, age of 71, and final actual last little wrapping on the bow of from what I was able to gather. Nick Hogan was able to be there on Friday Night SmackDown or I believe Raw, which are the second 10-bell salute.
Raw.
Okay, so it would have been Raw. So he was there for that one. People again were trashing Brooke for not being there. Apparently she wasn't invited. So she was not invited from WWE in any which way, according to her. So I'm leaving it at that. I didn't really. Again, everyone agrees in their own which way. So I wouldn't be throwing shade in if she was or wasn't there. That's kind of crazy. Again, that's none of your business.
Yeah, that's a
just because this is your
who
childhood
cares?
hero doesn't mean you have actually any connection to the man. So
True.
Stop. You don't run his family. Relax. Take a seat. Enjoy your 10-bell salute.
I didn't even like that they posted the video of him being pulled out of his house. Yeah, you didn't see that?
Oh no!
They
no.
posted the video of
It was
him
like a
being
three- yeah, it was
pulled
like
out of
three-
his house.
It was a 3 minute. It was like a 3. It was a pretty long post. So
Yeah.
it's like sorry. I was like
It was like, really?
too long, bro.
Like,
Sorry.
that was crazy because I think he died before he got to the hospital or something like that. So it was like he was literally on his deathbed right there. They were
Yikes,
filming
gotcha.
him getting in the ambulance.
I didn't see
It's
that.
a little too far for me.
Yeah. Again, Hulk Hogan. Watch some of the best moments. I'm sure. I think the WWE Vault probably put up some posts.
They
So
put up a lot.
there you go. Take the time. Go watch some wrestling history. There you are, folks. Well, maybe potentially creating some wrestling history. Well, it actually is. This is going to be the first two-night SummerSlam coming on up. It's going to be August, the 2nd and the 3rd?
Second and third.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
August 1st. And also, last thing on Hulk Hogan, today's Hulk Hogan Day in Florida. So
Oh, there you go.
yeah, they're flying the flags at half-mast for Hulk Hogan in Florida. So
Makes sense. Makes sense. Well, here we are. We're gonna have a full card here for night 1 and night 2. I don't believe there's gonna be any more changes. Probably some wrapping, kind of some polishing some things here for Friday Night SmackDown tonight, but probably not much gonna be added besides what we already have here. 6 matches so far for each night.
especially not to the pre-show. 6 hours of pre-show material over the course of both days. And I can count on one hand how many matches because there's 0.
Are they really doing 3 hours of pre-show each
3
day?
hours of pre-show
That's
each
not
day.
necessary.
And there's 0.
That is
0 matches
that
on
is
the
not
pre-show.
necessary. I mean, I don't get the.
But hey, be happy though because there is speculation you're getting an actual stage for this SummerSlam. Remember last year they just did the tunnel and they did like the video board in the tunnel.
Okay.
I guess this year they're actually doing a stage.
Where are they at
So,
again?
MetLife.
Oh, they're at MetLife. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm sure they'll make some grand spectacle of it. Of course, Michael Cole's been plugging his JETS just the whole time.
Yeah, I know.
So-
It's kind of funny.
But here we have it, folks. Let's go night 1 in New Jersey. Like you said, from MetLife. Is it going to be? It's hosted by Cardi B, right?
Yes. Hosted by Cardi B with an appearance from Jelly Roll. At least Fiend's not going to be there because apparently he's so buried in the WWE. He's
That's
so
done.
buried.
We'll get to that. All right, night one. I was just letting that simmer because that was just so cringy. That were just Jelly Roll and Cardi B for a WWE event. Yikes. Let's get to it, folks. Sami Zayn, Karrion Kross. I don't know if this is exactly going to be the order. I just kind of went from least important to most important.
I think they just announced the main events.
Gotcha. Sami Zayn, Karrion Kross. Kind of putting, like I said, maybe wrapping up this little feud here. I saw a video, and I can actually agree. I forgot who posted it, though, unfortunately. My apologies. But they were making the point that Sami Zayn kind of just has had the same Sami Zayn character.
We've said this. Me and David have said this the whole time. It's like it's an annoying character. He just has the same underdog character.
Walks in. You know what? I don't appreciate,
I'm going to be a world champion.
Yeah,
and then
you can't
doesn't
stop
ever
me.
compete for the world title.
Yeah, it is pretty brutal.
You know what I'd like? I'd like Karrion to win and a lose. I think there's a way that could happen if he has Sammy does something behind the back of a referee.
But Sammy already won last time.
But that's the thing. Karrion doesn't need to win, but he can in a loss if Sammy does a heelish type move. Or cheats in an or cheats because that's enough for Karrion to be like, I flipped him and I got into his head that he had to cheat in order to beat me. That kind of deal.
All right,
and that would be a win on Karrion Kross's side.
Okay.
Because he's more about pulling the strings and stuff. That's that's his shirt, dude.
Yeah.
It's his shirt. Go look at the WWE shop. It's his shirt.
I will not do that. Yeah, that sounds pretty layered. Instead of just going for the dub, let's go for the loss, but let's go for all the hidden
things.
The hidden bells and whistles that means more for the loss. Yeah, I that kind of sounds.
It just means more.
Or Cross wins and Sami Zayn gets all frustrated. He goes, I'm not the under.
I would like a Karrion Kross win, though. I agree.
Yeah, so let's go Cross. Let's go Cross on that one. On to the next one, we got Roman Reigns and Jey Uso taking on Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Braun and Braun versus Reigns and Uso.
Did you like that Bronson Reed stole his shoes on Monday?
I didn't see that, but
he took a whiff of his shoes.
Braun Reed?
He took a whiff of Roman Reigns' shoes on Netflix.
That crazy Australian. Oh God, they're always taking shoeies.
Yeah,
and, so what's up with the feet down under? I don't get it.
Yeah.
My goodness. Well, yeah, exactly right. Roman Reigns coming back, like I said, calling an audible, maybe, or potentially not, because everyone else is speculating that Seth Rollins is coming back tonight, or in these next 2 days. So, Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. We got Roman Reigns and Uso, I believe, as our across the board.
The main thing I'm looking for in this match is the stuff between Roman and Braun Breaker, because if they have their spots and it's over in the match, they could do that match as early as WrestleMania 42.
Reigns could give Braun a little bit of a nice rub here. This would be kind of cool. If Braun or Reigns hits the spear on each other, it's gonna be a big pop either which way. So probably like I said, looking for that. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso most likely taking the win here, and they will yeet at SummerSlam. Yeet. Summer yeet. Yeet slam?
Summer yeet.
Yeah.
No, don't.
Or
No, we're not doing this with the Yeetle Mania or Wrestle Yeet Mania or whatever.
You gotta
it was.
sell
no,
the merch. You gotta sell the merch. Buy the lemonade. Oh my God. On to the WWE Women's Tag Titles. We have the Judgment Day, the current champions Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, taking on the Best Friends in Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair.
It's crazy. I really want Charlotte to win a title. Like, I would have never imagined that. And a lot of people are saying we want Charlotte to win a title. You would have never heard that like a year ago.
Yeah, and again, I'm on this boat where, again, if Raquel and Roxanne Perez lose it, maybe it's gonna be one of those things. Now I'm gonna talk kind of the same thing as you did with Karrion Kross, where Raquel and Perez are going to lose the titles rather than Charlotte and Alexa Bliss are winning the titles.
You
That's
think
not
Liv comes back then?
after a while, yes, and I think that was going to be the thing where when she eventually does, Liv is going to go on a tangent like, oh, you lost my tag team titles, you lost this, you came in, you've caused all a ruckus and a rue, and now you're trying to tarnish my boyfriend type deal. So I think that's kind of along the lines where I'm at with this. I don't know how early that's going to happen with Alexa coming back. I still understand it's going to be she's on the shelf for a bit. So, but it has been a little bit of time already. So we'll see.
She could probably come back and do promo stuff, and if they space it out right, they might be able to do that.
Yeah, that's where I'm kind of at. Where again, you can still maybe work around some stuff. Don't have to take any bumps. Maybe you could shoot a promo, shoot a vignette from up top while
like that.
They're in the ring crying, and then she's like live via satellite. That's how they used to do it.
I think though, with them being in New Jersey, they're gonna hit her music.
Okay.
'Cause she's from there.
Okay, I didn't know. Oh, actually, I didn't know that. There you go.
So I think that they'll probably hit her music. I could see her definitely coming out and costing Rocks to get pinned.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you think that then she'll be the cause of the
I
loss,
could see
then?
that happening.
Okay,
I could see that happening.
Rather than they lose and then she, because of the
Or,
loss,
yeah, or
that
pull-
causes her to come
Yeah.
out. Okay. All
Or,
right.
like,
Well,
pulling them
I'm on
off.
the side of the loss turns into the reason she comes out. Okay.
What? It's
There you
not.
go.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go, Jim. All righty. On to the next set of tag matches. Randy Orton and Jelly Roll.
OJ.
Oh, my God. Hide your waitresses and lawyers. And on versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul.
Drew McIntyre made it. He made it.
And Logan Paul. Jelly Roll.
Did you hear who was going to, if Drew McIntyre couldn't make it,
Jelly Roll.
The Miz was going to substitute.
Oh, my
for Drew
God. How much more unwatchable do you want this to be? I don't quite understand.
Why? Jelly Roll's going to hit a Styles Clash.
No, Jelly Roll gonna hit a Spanish fly from the top rope. Jelly Roll pulls out a Canadian destroyer. Crap my pants.
Jelly Roll doesn't pull off a ladder.
So here's the
spot.
thing.
Jelly Roll brings out the ladder and jumps off the top of the ladder onto chairs.
Haven't had a lot of tape to watch Jelly Roll other than what the couple not interferences but back and forths that they've had. I can appreciate that he's trying.
He's trying. He really is.
However, you don't try on one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year. You don't try. You get the best of the best, and you just have a good match. You don't try. You try in NXT. You try on Speed. You try when there's matches on YouTube. You don't try when there's 50,000 people filling up this stadium. So I appreciate the effort. Again, it just ain't landed. That black hole slam looks atrocious. Those punches that Logan Paul was feeding on Jelly Roll looked awful, so he can't take them either. So it looks bad. So if they're gonna have to do so much, just really just beautifying this pig up. They're gonna really have to put some lipstick on this pig because this ain't gonna look good.
Well, there's three
other competitors that can take a lot.
There's at least two main eventers in the match. They're gonna have to carry pretty hard.
And that's what I'm saying. Again, this is not undoable. However, my point being exactly that where this shouldn't even be on the card.
It's been done before.
Yes, exactly right. And again, you have the right mind still in that building where a guy like, I don't know if he has any sort of production on this at all, but a guy like Paul Heyman has been so good at making, taking away the bad things from people, and really shine the light on the good things that they can do. So there's probably going to be spots where, eventually he's like, maybe I can do that. Maybe I shouldn't do that. So hopefully he points more to the side of, let's do some things I can do. Maybe let's do a DDT. Let's do some leg drops, brother. I don't know. Let's do something nice and simple.
It's a frog splash.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm getting at. So nice and easy. Hold his hand. So
He does a swanton. Top 5 matches we want. Top 5 moves you want to see Jelly Roll hit.
my God.
Smash fly.
Best moonsault ever.
Best moonsault ever.
Just a ding, ding, ding.
Watch. No.
I mean,
No, he will.
that's the way it is.
It's not. I mean, if he just gets tired,
Again,
he just tags out.
There's been worse. Like,
can make
we've
the-
had Snooki in the ring before.
He
and
can
I
make
get
the
it.
Jey Uso Unreal thing where he's like, if I don't want to be in the ring, I'll just tag out. And because he said that on Unreal, but Jelly Roll could just do the same thing.
Jelly Roll, I'll just lay out the challenge to prove me wrong, I guess. That's as simple as I can do. So I think we have OJ. I think we all picked OJ just because for the memes. But yeah, this is it's gonna look brutal when Jelly Roll gets the pin on Drew McIntyre. That probably wouldn't even,
no! Don't
that probably
put
wouldn't even,
that.
that wouldn't even be the worst of his highlights all year. So there you have it.
Move on. I don't want to. I want to.
I'm putting that out into the ether. Yeah.
Move on, please. I don't want to imagine that.
WWE Women's Championship. We have Tiffany Stratton, the current champion, going up against Jade Cargill, cashing in her Queen of the Ring win right here.
All hype for this match is gone since Naomi went to Raw because before you thought that she was going to cash in, and now this match is going to be absolutely awful.
Yeah, again, I'm on the side with Jade Cargill matches that they shouldn't really go longer than 10-ish minutes, even with the entrances. So it's gonna go past that. Again, and not very often are you gonna find me agreeing with Bully Ray, and I did a while ago, and it's still kind of sitting there with, Tiffany. There's not much depth with Tiffany Stratton. So again, for either one of these two, I don't really care either which way. So. I think Jade's gonna win. They're finally gonna put the title on the star that they thought that she was. So we'll see if she can do anything with the title. I don't think so.
There's no one in that division either. Nia went down to NXT. There's no one in that division.
Nia back on NXT. So now I gotta start watching Tuesday wrestling. So, this is getting
I
crazy.
can't wait for her to go to TNA and then you have to start watching Thursday.
I know.
Thursday wrestling.
I have to pull out. I don't even. How can I even watch TNA at this point? Doesn't it just stream on Twitch now? I think so.
No,
They got Access TV still.
they have their own, and I also think you can still get it on TV somehow. So.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll pass. And I'll probably be passing on most of that match too. And then on to this one. You got anything else on?
No.
All right, cool. On to the World Heavyweight title. Gunther. Gunther. And CM Punk main eventing here. Another summer of Punk potentially. Nope.
I hope Gunther absolutely destroys him.
I hope so
and I'm
too.
wearing the CM Punk shirt, and I hope he just absolutely destroys him.
I hope that's the case, and everyone online would tell you that. Punk got the best of Gunther on the mic this week.
How would you know? They don't go against each other anymore.
Yeah.
No one. We've noticed this in the WWE. No longer are they doing segments where you talk, I talk. You talk, I talk. It's always you come out for your promo, then I come out and squash your promo, and then they flip it the next week. They don't do the back and forth anymore.
Yeah, it seems like it. Yeah,
maybe they just don't want another Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair thing, but it was before that as well.
Yeah.
So, but the fact that you have Gunther, who's pretty good on the mic for his character, and then CM Punk, probably one of the best mic workers in the WWE history, and they couldn't even get one where they're back and forth against each other.
Yeah, that could have been exactly that. That could have been much better. That back and forth, but I wasn't finished. It's like, okay, all right, old man, get your walker. Dude, again, if Gunther really truly wanted to shoot and just like beat the tarnation out of him,
I love it.
He could ragdoll him. It's absolutely just ridiculous what could happen. So, it's Punk obviously understands that. I would hope so.
Call it now. Does Seth's music hit?
Do
I'm
we
gonna say no.
do we
I'm
burn
gonna say
it
no.
down? Do we burn it down?
I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna go with no. I'm gonna go with no.
I don't agree with David. I don't think it could be a work. And if it is, cool. I will be happy, but I'm gonna say no.
I don't see it happening. That was pretty brutal. Again, with just how Rollins has been. Again, you haven't really heard much, which can be, you read the person that's posting it. They'll say it's, oh, you're not hearing much about it because it is a worker. Like, oh, you're not hearing much about it because it's serious. So. You can't really make heads or tails about it. Exactly.
You're hearing a lot about it because it's a work. You're hearing a lot about it because it's serious.
Exactly. No, that is the wrestling.
Yeah.
That is the wrestling realm summed up in exactly one sentence. So,
I think this will actually be a pretty good
match
match.
Itself should be fine.
This will be a pretty good main event. I think.
Itself should be fine. Again, Punk's been fine. I guess we're not getting blown up too much. Gunther will be able to. If you made Goldberg look 25% good, then I think he'll be able to make do with CM Punk with what's left of Punky. So,
night 2 probably the better day.
Yeah,
I don't think there's a single non-title match on Sunday.
So let's go through it.
Every match is for the title.
On to night 2, we're gonna open it up with the WWE Tag Titles in a TLC match. Get this one ready, folks. The Wyatt Six, the current tag titles, DIY, the Street Profits, Fraxium, Motor City Machine Guns, and Andrade and Rey Fenix, all in this 6-pack TLC tag match. This is going to be jam-packed, high-flying. This is kind of like, again, if you just gave your younger brother that was hopped up on Coca-Cola and gave him the controller and go make a match in WWE 2K, this is probably what he would do. So, sure enough, again, this is going to be jam-packed. They're kind of running it back. What's their bread and butter? It was that last big TLC match that they had on SmackDown a couple months ago,
which was WrestleMania, so they didn't make the mistake this time.
Yeah, putting it on the big card.
It should have. It stole the show on the next week.
It was definitely the best matches.
And honestly, I think this match will be better.
I hope so. Obviously, the chemistry is up. These guys have been there. I mean, Rey Fenix, Andrade been in a ton of ladder matches. Motor City Machine Guns haven't shied away from it. I don't think there's not anyone that's going to be not like anyone that's like, hey, why are you there type deal. There's none of that in this. They all deserve it. So this is going to be jam packed again with this being probably the first defense for the Wyatt Six.
No, they defended it against Andrade and Phoenix, and everyone went in and did this, and then it led to this.
Gotcha. So it led into this. Okay, I think Wyatt Six are going to end up retaining. It could be obviously a whole sort of which ways, but it's going to be spot fest galore. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, yeah. It'll be awesome when Fraxium win the title. It's going to be great. And then I will be able to prove all of you wrong for the last, 6 months.
And it looks like your AR for the crew, that's Andrade and Rey Fenix.
Dude, they've been amazing together.
They've been really fun together, actually.
I wanted to take Motor City. That was going to be my heart pick, but again, just my brain is telling me why it's going to have to walk away with this one, being that this is still their first, basically still their first defense in my mind. So this is going to be good. Great. I don't know if it's going to open it up the show necessarily, but it probably should. Just to get the blood flowing, get the people on their feet.
I don't know. The pacing on Sunday is going to be so hard. So.
Oh yeah, exactly. I'm with you. Where Sunday is much better than Saturday. On to match number 2 on this card that I have for the IC title for the Intercontinental Championship. Dominic Mysterio going up against AJ Styles. He's finally cleared. He's finally medically cleared.
Good.
I mean,
AJ Styles has done so much work. He's been a janitor. He's been so many other jobs. He's been a baker. I mean, he's been WWE medical, and this whole time that Dom's been injured. He's very busy. Very well educated, got so many degrees. I mean, this guy can do anything he wants.
Like
and he's
Roger
a wrestler
from American Dad, all his different alter egos. Yeah. I'm a nurse today.
Do you have Dom in the quick roll up at all?
Oh, that pop it, AAA, yeah.
You have it in there?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so I won't. I mean, I'm gonna go AJ, and when we get to that, I'll explain why I'm more so going with AJ.
Okay, well,
because I heard something about Dom.
I have Dom retaining, just because I think Dirty Dom's gonna do some dastardly things, and then the crew's got AJ. So there you go. I think this is gonna be solid. Again, just Didn't really think that I didn't think I would say that out loud, honestly, that Dominic Mysterio and AJ Styles are going to have a nice match at SummerSlam.
You know what?
the
If
year
this match
2025.
happened at Night of Champions, this would have been a nothing match. But when it got canceled and now it's on SummerSlam, this is like one of the best matches they're putting on SummerSlam.
it was that you kind of you actually let the feud simmer a little bit and actually get a little bit of heat on AJ.
What? You gave Story more than 3 weeks before the next pay-per-view? What?
Yeah.
Who could have guessed that could have led to a better story?
Yeah,
What?
exactly.
No.
Makes it feel that much more special. On to the U.S. title, the United States Championship, in a steel cage. So yeah, gimmicks galore here. Again, this was definitely the if you were booking it on GM mode, this is definitely the better night. United States Championship, Solo Sikoa taking on Jacob Fatu inside of a steel cage. If you put a Wolverine inside of a cage, man, oh man, what do you expect? So I think Fatu's gonna have some fun. I think I have Fatu winning on here, but most likely probably gonna be Solo retaining with all the outside interference. It'll be JC Mateo, thank you. It's hard to remember these.
Tala Tonga.
Yeah, all the
Tonga logo.
Tala, Tatunga, Tatunga, Gabunga, Babinga. They're all going to be out
I
there.
think Tama Tonga comes back.
Yeah,
You know,
Tatala,
maybe.
Tatunga, Bunga. Yeah.
Solo Sikoa is Maxwell Jacob Free. I mean, the My Family Tree is
Yeah.
going to come out and help him. So
That MJF shirt that they dropped, basically. Yeah. He also I like that he quote retweeted it. He goes, "Yeah, I am a part of the bloodline from my uncle Paul." So yeah. No, he's not in the Don Callis family, but
Oh, really? I'm surprised.
Don Callis family is strong though.
Well, yeah, they pick anyone who wakes up on the right side of the bed.
Goddamn right. That's how you do it.
They pick up anyone who went to the bathroom at the beginning of the
Josh
day.
Alexander, Takeshita. Yeah, Fletcher.
Yeah. Dude, I was walking in, I got a call, and Don Callis was like, "Did you go to the bathroom and brush your teeth today?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah." And he was like, "You want to be a part of the Don Callis family? Because we're
Yeah.
really into the dental care."
Nah, bald heads. That's what they want. So who do you got for anything
I got
for the
Solo
steel
winning.
cage?
It's the My Family Tree coming out there to help him win.
Gotcha. For the women's IC title,
Oh, I hope he walks out. I hope he walks out of the steel cage. You remember from Saturday Night Main Event when Damien walked out?
Yeah.
And he was like, how does he win if he just walks out of the
Notice-
steel cage?
notice how Jesse the Body Ventura was not on commentary the very next Saturday Night's Main Event. Probably.
I swear, I hope Solo
How are you
walks
just
out.
gonna walk out of the cage? How are you just gonna win like that? You can't just do
You
that.
can't just walk out of the cage, man. I hope he does. I swear to God, Solo would be the most over U.S. champion ever if he just walks out of the cage.
Solo Sikoa, the Tamatonga, and Talatonga.
Please have Jesse the Body Ventura for this match, just so he can start with all the Fatus and Tungas and Talas, and that'd be fantastic. At least he just hasn't gone on a tangent to start talking about 9/11. That was the only thing I was afraid of. That was like,
And you know what, Cole? The only thing that they didn't look at, how come there's no pictures of the Pentagon?
all right, there you go. That's it. That's kind of like they didn't get that version of Jesse, so that was good. So and then
Move on.
onto the
Solo,
women's
please walk out, please.
onto the women's IC title. Becky Lynch taking on Lyra Valkyria. Again, this has kind of been the rotation of Lyra and Becky and Bailey versus Becky. So is again kind of in that realm, still on the side of being a potential turns. Does Bailey get her
Bailey turns
fingerprints?
heel, Becky wins.
Okay, all right, just like that. Okay, and I am kind of on that side where I see Becky winning. I don't see her winning clean, and right now the way that she just kind of putting on this heel character, this heel persona as of right now doesn't seem like she's gonna get a clean pin over Lyra in any way. So that would probably be the way where Bailey and Lyra have gone back and forth. Where it's Bailey's like, how do you lose my title? This back and forth. So yeah, that could be the case. Yeah,
Which is sad because I love Lyra. She's doing great, but then she won't be able to, I guess the stipulation is she won't be able to compete for the title ever again, I guess, is the stipulation. They did that again for this one. But I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh, by the way, did you see her boyfriend got the tryout this week?
No.
They did a WWE tryout, and Lyra Valkyria's boyfriend, remember when at Backlash when they showed him and everyone was making fun of him? He got the tryout for the WWE.
Oh, my God.
I mean, he is a respected wrestler, but
Yeah.
everyone was like, he looks like a Discord mod.
Yeah, that's true. That's unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Onto the women's world title. We have Naomi versus Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley. Again, we're kind of on the side of just too early for another. Again, it's just, I don't want to say copy and paste, but we're kind of getting the same matches all over again. Naomi.
This will be a little bit worse than the match at WrestleMania, but like literally, it's copy and paste. I agree.
Yeah. Again, not it does not all too much other than different champion, different how we got here is a little bit different, but again, same participants. I think Naomi retained just because this is basically one of her first early title defenses. Again, you're going to get a solid matchup with all three of these once again, but does it live up to the same hype, the same standard as they set, the last time all three of these competitors met?
Well, no,
We'll
when
see.
Bianca was in there.
Oh, gotcha.
So you're basically going to be getting almost the same match. You're just substituting Bianca for Naomi.
I guess so, yeah. So, yeah, any other final thoughts relating to this one? Because, like I said, we all have Naomi across the board, kind of for that same reason, too early for her to drop it.
Yeah.
And for her to give it to Io or Rhea Ripley again, which...
This should have been one on night one because it would have. I think it would steal the show on night one with what's on it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Where, again, this might be... I wouldn't say falls to the back burner, but, yeah, compared to everything else, it's going to be really hype and exciting for this night. Yeah, it's going to be a lot, including... this street fight, which Cody Rhodes forged John Cena's signature onto.
Committed a crime on live TV.
I mean, that's just as plain as day. For the undisputed WWE Championship, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. You didn't. I mean, you laid this on me right before. Didn't know that Street Fighter's on the horizon for Cody Rhodes. So we have John Cena's across the board. I thought this was going to be the opportunity for John Cena to lose to Cody Rhodes, drop the title, either then regain it again so they can add another. Oh my God, now he's the 18th.
Oh, that would have been great.
Like you're really now he's like we're head and shoulders above everybody, not just like a foot type deal.
You know what I originally thought? I thought that Cody would win, Cena would lose the title, and then he would join Raw for Netflix for the rest of the year. But then they announced him for SmackDown for the rest of the year.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
Then I kind of switched, and then I saw the Street Fighter thing, and I'm like, yeah.
Which two things?
Cody's
on that.
winning.
Well,
Or
again,
Cody's losing.
I thought it was gonna be on the side of the if Cody Rhodes won, then he can finally start slowly turning Cena back into a face. But I don't know. Again, don't really see any plans of it. And by the way, John Cena is planned to be at one of those SmackDowns coming to Chicago. Looked at tickets. $200 for the very last row in the balcony. No,
Sorry,
thank you.
Sorry, Frankie.
Not
We're not
going.
gonna go see him. Sorry, man.
You are? Good luck.
Good luck, dude. I don't got the money. I'm not spending the money on that.
I wouldn't do it. I have the money. I ain't doing it.
Yeah, no, I mean, same. I don't want to spend the money on that.
I'll watch it from my house. And I mean, and in all honesty, the chance that I would start, I'd probably get kicked out anyways because there's gonna be a bunch of fans.
Especially because you know
Because
CM Punk's on the same
you
show.
can't do the same FU chance that you do at AEW shows. It's the different standards. So there's, like I said, there's a whole bunch of little kids all around.
And you know CM Punk would be on the same show because it's in Chicago. So
Is he guaranteed? Is he? I
if
thought he
it's
was
in
on Raw.
Chicago, he's gonna be there.
I guess.
Remember
so.
they went to Chicago. When was it? Last year before. When was it? When Drew picked him up at the ramp and they lifted up the garage.
Yeah.
That was a SmackDown, and both of them are on Raw, but they brought it to SmackDown just because they were in Chicago. So
Gotcha. Well, yeah.
you
then
get
he'll
kicked
be
out for
there.
that because CM Punk was there. You'd get kicked out for CM Punk chance before John Cena chance. To be fair.
I guess so. All right, well, we'll see. But, in a street fight, John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Again, this opens the door with it being a street fight for all sorts of shenanigans to go on. Who gets involved? Who doesn't? Who shows up?
If Jelly Roll and Randy Orton come out to help Cody, I can't believe I just said, but I think that might actually be in play.
OJ and lemonade mixing together. Is that?
Probably a great drink, to be fair.
That could be. Is that the next Arnold Palmer? Lemonade in my soul. I couldn't. That was a good one. That was fantastic.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Well, no free ads, but we might have a minute to figure out who made that drink.
All right,
Hold on a second. We'll get back. We'll get back to normal, ladies and gentlemen.
Get the quick roll up.
Yeah.
It'll get a lot worse.
So
guy.
again, with all the shenanigans that can get involved, Cena walking away probably with the undisputed title. Like I said, this could open the door, but we got Cena.
No, so yeah.
Alrighty, that's gonna be night 1 and night 2. Coming up Saturday and Sunday, pending anything else being added tonight. I don't think so.
Definitely not.
Probably
No
not.
way.
Again, you have, so you said 3 and 3 hours, so 6 hours in total to maybe add some of that pre-show, but
Nope.
probably not.
It's just going to be their
so.
promos. So
Let's kind of just wrap. So I see these other 2 segments that I have, the WWE Unreal and the Japan show. We can kind of just wrap that up all into quick roll up.
That's fine.
Yeah, so let's just do that. So let's start off really quickly with that first one with the WWE Unreal. I've heard it's really garbage, and you're telling me otherwise. Like I said, reviews and thoughts just on the WWE new Netflix series, quick roll-up or Fight Forever on WWE Unreal.
Well, Fight Forever because I actually thought it was less revealing than I was going in and anticipating. And, I mean, we talked about it. If you're obviously in a show where they go behind the scenes, if you're really into kayfabe, you're going to actually hate the show. That's obvious. It breaks everything in that. But what I think it does is it brings a different side of them. It kind of breaks it down a little bit more, like the way they broke down how they work Gorilla and how, it's communicated to refs. And then you can kind of like pick up on stuff. Like they don't tell you how they choreograph matches, but you can just watch them going through and making their matches. It was really cool to kind of see that. So there's obviously parts of it I didn't like screw you, Michael Hayes. Why you're the only one in the room who wanted Jey Uso to win the Royal Rumble. Everyone at the same time said CM Punk. And then Michael Hayes on his BS Zoom call just goes, I like the idea of Jey Uso winning the Royal Rumble. And then he flipped every single one in that room.
And that's where I'm not necessarily sold on all these being truly authentic moments where I can see a couple of them. Obviously, it's probably told the young guys and gals, like, hey, be real, be honest, have it be real. But there's no way you told CM Punk, hey, you can be real, you can be the real Phil Brooks here, and he wouldn't just fly off the handle. Type deal.
Maybe.
There's no way you're.
Although
not
they
getting,
only
you're
interviewed
getting,
a couple
you're
people.
getting Punk. You're still getting CM Punk. You're not getting Phil. Let's just be clear on that one.
It was
And
definitely a
that's-
PG-13 version that they showed.
and that's. I feel like you're getting that for a couple others. I'm sure. Again, I don't really feel like the interactions with like Triple H are ever going to be authentic from here on out. That's just how it's going to be for me.
I didn't really buy anything from it. The only thing I bought from him was he actually does care about a lot of them.
I'm sure.
Especially he really helps out with Rhea. And like that relationship they have, because they really brought Rhea down a lot because they went into her anxiety and stuff she has.
You want to know why he's so thankful for her? Because that was his down payment on his next yacht. Probably with all that money she's been able to make him. Are you kidding?
But either way, bringing her down to.
Are you okay? Are you okay? My kid needs to go to college. Are you okay to have this next title run?
No, I think that what they did also was for a lot of people is humanize them a lot.
Sure.
Bring Cody and his family, the Chelsea Green with her family not being on the War Games when it was in her hometown. Rhea talking about her anxiety she has with it. Bringing them down to being not the on the top pedestal. Nothing goes wrong with them heroes that we see them as. They brought them down to just being like a regular human.
I've also just heard reports where that, again, I guess that was like a clapping session for Charlotte Flair. again, that wasn't really authentic as well. That they were
Seemed
told.
like it.
Yeah, so we'll. It's really a toss-up to see what's real and what isn't. You got something?
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, like, me and Scotty kind of talked about it. Like, for me, obviously I'm not as big a wrestling fan as you guys are, and David certainly, and I know he's not here, and I'm sure he has his 2 cents he'll say for it for sure. But for me, it's about looking at the technical aspect of how everything works kind of in the background for the WWE and stuff. That's what really intrigued me with it. Certainly, like Scotty said, the more human stories. But I also do agree with you, Nick. There is a level of, like you said, the Charlotte Flair thing, everyone's clapping. You wonder how much are the people in the writing room, specifically with Hunter and Michael Hayes and those guys, who are former performers, are how much are those guys necessarily trying to play it up? There's an element of almost like the untold Swamp Kings
Yes.
thing where it feels like Netflix is kind of maybe
Pushing some stuff aside.
putting a little bit of fluff on it to kind of make sure like we keep the WWE happy.
Because there was that the final example I saw was Brian Alvarez made the point of, there was that scene of the dry race board with everyone's WrestleMania match already planned out, and you saw all the different combinations. All the different combinations. But again, they might not have been authentic at all in the sense that like Asuka was on there. Asuka was out. She'd been out.
Yeah,
she was no plans for her to even be
Same
in there
thing.
at
They
all.
had
So
Stone Cold on there. They had Bad Bunny. It was
Yeah.
kind of like what they hoped to do. So that's how I read it.
If it was the roughest of rough drafts, again, if you really want to sell it to me that way, sure.
I mean,
again,
they got to storyboard it, so I kind of believe it.
again,
You got to
fair.
throw that out early so you can plan that all.
They do give those dry race boards erasers, so I understand. So
The two best things I would pull from it:
Sure.
the John Cena heel turn, but going through Triple H telling the crew what to do for
I
it
saw
because
that- I saw
no
that little
one knew
clip.
what was happening. That was fantastic. As for people who are behind the scenes for it, that was
Isn't it nice
fantastic.
when things can stay on the hush hush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other thing, their idea for the Women's Royal Rumble.
Okay. All right.
And I'm sad that they put that out into the ether.
Gotcha.
Because if that actually happened, that might be the greatest ending to a Royal Rumble ever.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll have to see.
And
I'll,
I'm really mad that they said it because then now they can't do it.
Oh, I just was like not. I wasn't really too pleased on it because IGN gave it like a 5, and they give everything that's even if it's crap, they gave it a 5. That they said it was like really mediocre. Like if it's for, they're like basically saying like, who's this for? Because it's not really for the wrestling fan that is like myself who
No.
doesn't like kayfabe being crapped on, and it's also like, is this for the introductory fan that like already right away like, all right, here's the strings, here's how the sausage is made, here's everything, right, and bang right away. Just like, is that really? I don't know. So we'll have to see. Like I said, I wanted to watch it, not and actually just report on it, give it some sort of chance, but I know I'm not gonna like it at all. So
Yeah.
I just want to see how they actually, you know.
I always say
understand-
go through the high spots.
Final thing on that. I know kayfabe's dead. You just don't need to piss on it. That's it.
No. Fair.
WWE has also announced for next up a quick roll up. WWE Japan show, Super Show announced. Will Logan Paul be there? Quick roll up or?
No, this is all you. This is all you.
What do you mean? This is
The
for me?
only reason this is on here is for you, so you can
What?
take this one.
What is I think Logan Paul might take a slip and fall on that the Monday night follow before that Friday night. So we'll see how that goes. I don't. Does he have his real ID? I don't know. I don't know how these guys
yeah?
are traveling. Like I said, it was a tough call for Drew McIntyre getting out of London. So we'll see. Again, good for them.
Even
Japan
though I
show.
don't think Logan Paul does any house show, so like, what's the? I don't know what the big deal.
I
I don't know what the big deal with this
that's
is because
why.
Logan Paul doesn't do house shows.
That's why he's not going to be there. He doesn't do house shows. You figured it out. I'm glad we talked this out.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad we talked
Oh
this
yeah.
out. Well, here we go. On to next quick roll up or fight forever. Blake Monroe, not Blake Maria or Maria Monroe, as Booker T thought, corrected Booker T on his name mistake. Anything on that one? Quick roll up or? The only thing on that one for me was the fact that I'm sure Booker T didn't hear anything of it. He was just, he's just drooling the whole time. So.
I mean, they need to get Booker off of there. I would like Wade with Vic. I think.
Yeah. Oh,
Because
yeah.
I do think Wade has a spot on commentary. He just gets so along with Joe, but I do think that Corey's proving that he needs to be on the main show.
Wade's fantastic as color. And again, Vic Joseph is probably one of my favorite play-by-play that they have right now for sure. Dirty Dom's pop from the AAA Mexico show.
So this is what I was going to get into.
All right,
This
let's
is
do
why
it.
I think AJ's winning. Because there are rumors that they could take the title off Dom. He goes down to AAA and just runs the show in AAA.
And then you heard that humongous pop, and I think they would love nothing more than that. Where, I mean, El Hijo del Vikingo is actually getting booed for some in some spots. They loved this turn. They couldn't wait. Again, the ceiling blew off.
Yeah, it
when
was
when he unveiled
insane.
it.
So I think that they really could take the title off him this weekend. He goes down to AAA for Triple Mania. That's going to be on
Yeah.
YouTube because they're pushing it out for free. They put Dom winning the title at the end, and he just runs AAA down there. Because here's the other thing, and I know you're not going to like this, but it's a proving ground for Dom because he got popular. It was a slow burn, but it definitely picked up quick before WrestleMania. But is he ready for that top spot on the card? No.
That's exactly where I was going to
So
actually.
send him to AAA to see if he can handle
I'm
it
gonna
and
correct
grow
you.
into it.
I'm going to correct you. That's why I like it.
Oh, I'm
I
really
like
surprised
it.
you would
I
because
really
it's
like this
AAA,
idea.
and I'm actually surprised
If
you
he
would.
would
So
go
good.
down, it's not only him going down there to prove it type deal. It's just giving back Mysterio back to Mexico. It's
Okay.
having that fandom, having that small chance of maybe Ray shows up. Not in the first appearance, but just
No,
if you
but
do give him the
somewhere
title
down the line.
Exactly. How's he going to lose it? Ray pops in. That's a humongous pop right there. Finally gets all healthy again. Doesn't have to do the whole crazy. Just do a 619 West Coast pop and get on out of there. Collect your check and take
Boom.
care. Boom, boom. That's how you. And that's how you put over the next champion. And that will add value to AAA in some sort of way. Get that title, some sort of heat. Who's the hottest right now in getting heat in that WWE realm? Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, like this is what they.
Perfect opportunity.
This is what they hoped they were going to do with TNA, and it's now starting to pick up with Trick because now everyone on TNA is like, we have outsiders coming in stealing our titles, and they're making it a thing now. But it's already been a thing for a couple months. You could instantly get that with AAA, and it'd be over there.
I think that's the case. So Dirty Dom could probably get a nice little run there. Tony Hinchcliffe show canceled due to lack of ticket sales.
Good.
I mean,
Good.
I didn't really. The entire internet has been scrubbed of the roast of WrestleMania, so I didn't know why they were just gonna try and run this back. But yeah, some people are hating on it for that reason. Other people are just like, Tony Hinchcliffe just might not be funny. So I don't know. I'm 50-50.
Acquired taste.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen his stand up. He's okay. People are just on the lines of like, you take away that show that he's got, what does he really do? I'm like, okay, fair. So,
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I said, I didn't buy a ticket. I wasn't gonna go. Travis Scott falling out with WWE.
This is hilarious.
This is fantastic.
He's so far buried in the WWE.
to the point where, again, I think that they miscommunicated. There was communication that they just stopped. To the point where that DLC switch up, he's not going to be in the game anymore.
He's not in the game.
Switching
Did
up
you
to El
hear
Grande
the reason
Americano.
why he was in the spot though?
No.
A favor for what's the CEO of TKO? What's his name?
Oh, I have no idea.
Amari.
Mari Emanuel?
Yeah.
Okay.
A favor to his friend to put Travis Scott in there.
Gotcha.
Yup.
That's
Yep.
all right.
Hated it when I read that too.
Yeah. So Travis Scott, good riddance, but opening the door for I guess for
Apparently,
more
he
artists.
didn't learn the business. He couldn't learn anything in the business. He was not picking up on anything. And then, to his credit too, you look at Jelly Roll, who spent like time in Florida actually preparing, and then you look at Travis Scott. At least you're not getting Travis Scott in a
Again,
match.
that's right.
Jelly Roll's actually taking
That's right. I said maybe
initiative on it.
I know. Like I said, maybe a little harsh, but still, I don't. I appreciate the trying, but I just don't want either of them there. I
No.
think that's fair.
That's fair.
Vince McMahon in his latest car crash, literally a car crash, apparently, not all that safe. So that was about a month ago now. Anything on that? Be safe out there, folks.
Be safe. Don't speed away from cops. And
It led to Jim Cornette's story coming back up and becoming viral. Same thing with a Jim Ross story that popped up. That just their times on the road with Vince McMahon. How they said, Vince, I love you, but I also love my family. I want to see them again sometime soon. So I think the Jim Cornette story said he was, basically white knuckling the car just because Vince McMahon was driving 80 to 90 miles an hour in the pouring rain.
Oh my god.
So yeah, honestly, it's a miracle that didn't happen before. So I guess let's just be safe, figure it out. Get a driver there, Vince. You got enough money. Mrs. Mini online rant saying about the underrated. Did you see this?
No.
Again, not like a shoot in any way. It's definitely worked just because he's Mike the Miz, but he's going, I'm sick and tired of underrated being the compliment that I get. I'm sick of I want to be the star. No, dude, you're not the star again. This is just, it was cute. Honestly, it was very cute.
I mean,
so.
I'm thinking of that being in story, so like of course he wants to be up to the top, but like no.
I had Drew being stranded in England, but it sounds like he's
Heathrow
okay.
sucks, man. I agree with him. Heathrow is the worst airport in the world, and we live right next to O'Hare. Heathrow's terrible.
God, have you been to that
Yes,
one?
it's the worst airport in the world.
Experienced that.
It is awful.
My goodness.
And in the summer, there are very limited flights from Scotland to the United States. Like there's like barely any on most days.
Any reason?
No, it's just Edinburgh Airport's just not that popular. I mean, no, it really, like, honestly, that's like the reason. It's like,
Okay.
But like you could fly from Edinburgh to Dublin, but most of the time you go from Edinburgh to Heathrow in London, and Heathrow is the worst airport in the world I've ever been to.
I'll stay clear. I'll steer clear when I eventually get my passport in 2055, when I can finally get a DMV appointment. On to anything from Slammiversary, anything big takeaways other than AJ Styles coming back. He was had the chant, he got a huge pop. Obviously, his phenomenal music.
So I go back to the old Chris Van Vliet where he says, "I hate that music, and if they ever play it again, it's because they snuck it in on him." There's no way he actually requested that music.
Oh yeah,
They definitely did that. He said that he hates that music.
Well, I mean, it's what everyone wanted. Sometimes it's just one of those things where these guys, these old bands, play these songs they hate forever, but the fans love them. So sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet.
Moose losing the title.
Moose losing the title,
About
so that
time,
he
I
can,
guess.
so he can be the guy that stands up and takes the title back for TNA. That's
that.
the realm. And then of course Flop Dollar racks his nuts on the ladder.
Ooh, that spot hurt.
Yeah. Yep.
Good match though. That was a great match.
And then of course ending with the Hardys. And Bully Ray comes out and says, "We're gonna run it back." And Devon's watching on his TV screen, going, "We're doing what? I gotta do what now?" I don't think Devon's really clear to do much.
There's no way.
So I don't really know how they're gonna do this. And then obviously they got Edge and Christian over in AEW now, so I think it ain't gonna work for me, brother. Finally, Buff Bagwell loses a leg.
Yeah, tough.
Yeah.
Sad Maven video. Very sad Maven video.
Yeah, that was a tough one. And then he was already in the light somewhat because his Dark Side of the Ring episode recently happened. So, yeah, it's a tough break for old Buff Bagwell. So.
I got a quick one for you.
Sure.
Does wrestling have a problem that their heels right now are getting way too over?
No.
You don't think so? I think a lot more of the heels are being cheered for than not that they should be, but I think there's a lot more heels that are being favored over certain baby faces or over. I mean, Drew, Naomi, Braun, MJF. There's a lot more heels right now that are way over being heels that it's kind of weird.
Yeah, but every one of those you have the Cody to balance that out with.
Cena.
Yeah.
Heel, but very much over.
Well, yeah, that's a different argument. That's an outside factor for sure.
Okay.
MJF is kind of in that realm where he can play it face, he can play it heel, but he would definitely be booed if it's when they do this Hangman and MJF realm. So,
Hurt Syndicate. Who else was I thinking from AEW? They're old. They gave them
they
the
boo
titles.
the Young
they were
Bucks.
So over.
They like the Outrunners, which that was a fun
They
match.
boo the Young Bucks, but do they really boo
But
the
then
Young
when
Bucks?
they when they actually have matches and perform, then they start cheering them. So it's kind of funny. So
Could say Swerve too, even though he's been flipping from heel and
No, he's not.
babyface
He's
recently.
a face.
But
He's a face.
think?
Oh, yeah.
I think he's flipping.
No, he's a face. Well, either way, we took almost an hour. We took an hour on the WWE side of things, but that's what happens when you don't have a show for 2 weeks, folks. So take a quick breather. When we come back, talking to AEW and a little bit more right here on BK Dub, BK Dub, BK Dub.
Hey, watch your mouth. Wine. I'll just put a quarter in the swear jar. Once it's filled, we get a Coors party after work. I've been drinking Coors since my college days. Cold draft taste, the second to none. Yeah, worth the recorder, am I right? You know it, mother.
Hey, get those reports done.
Yeah. No. You, sir. Attention, employees.
The staff meeting, scheduled for this evening, will now be held tomorrow early as
That is all. Dudes, we're only 75 cents short. Oh, shh. Boss. Hey, sir, go yourself. You're fired!
The Chicagoland area has a large number of lonely dogs currently filling shelter pens, just waiting to find a family. Nothing adds warmth to a home like a wagging tail and a warm pair of brown eyes. If you are considering adding a dog to your household, visit the Anderson Animal Shelter, where adoption counselors can assist you in selecting your new best friend. Make your house a home. Adopt a shelter dog. To see a current list of adoptees, visit their website at www.andersonanimalshelter.org or meet them in person at 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin. Don't have room in the home for a new furry family member? Donations of toys, collars, and soft or hard non-perishable dog food are always accepted and are greatly appreciated. All animals are spayed or neutered and are waiting with tails wagging to find a loving home. Visit 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin or www.andersonanimalshelter.org for more details.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling
Give me a hell yeah!
with No Gimmick Nick Johnston
It doesn't matter how you feel!
and David Double D Dykstra.
And we back. Bad Karma Wrestling in the building. BK Dub.
BK Dub.
BK Dub. No Gimmicks Nick Johnston. Scotty Kiefer to my right. Like I said, cards always subject to change here. Hopefully you're doing well out there. Is he in PA or is he in Florida? I can't remember which one.
He's in Florida.
All right, there you go. Getting the nice summer sun there, soaking it up, having some lemonade, right? Right.
I'm about to walk out on you. I don't know how David does it. I like this guy.
I never stop. But unfortunately, what is stopping is as of right now, the AEW residency at the Aragon Ballroom. 3 straight weeks of just fantastic shows. Obviously, the takeaway was, gorgeous pictures like that. Even from sometimes I do my research from just watching and hearing stuff from my girlfriend who isn't a wrestling fan per se, but appreciates it because of course you gotta because I do so. But she just was sitting there, she's like, wow, that was just such a pretty venue, such an awesome venue to look at. And that was kind of, like I said, the consensus of it. Again, haters are going to hate and be like, oh, you're going to follow up your 50,000-seat arena with less than 5,000 or right around there?
People actually said that?
Yeah.
No.
People were hating on it because they were the idea of, following up such a big venue that was all in with these 3 straight weeks of this was, I know.
I hope they go back here before the end of the year.
Yeah, and this was
I hope
kind of
they
cool.
rent that out at a certain time.
I mean, it was all, like I said, it was awesome from the first week, wrapping up with, of course, the TNT title win last night from Kyle Fletcher, which, again, I was on the right track. I was on the right track where Dustin was going to get that win, not hold the title very long, and drop it in a pretty big pretty big spot on a pretty cool TV show. So
WCW theme came out for Dustin.
there we go.
That was cool.
That was awesome. That's
Darby
awesome.
almost threw Mox on a train track.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Speaking of Darby, also one of my calls was he finally took to the third show, but jumped off that balcony finally.
Yep.
Which would have been if I sat in that same seats that I did the first show, would have been like 10 feet away from me.
That would have been awesome.
I know, that would have been great.
No, on Collision, they brawled outside, and I kid you not, the train goes by, and as soon as it passes, Darby's like thinking about throwing him over onto the train tracks.
That'd have been good. That'd have been right up Darby's alley. So I mean, this was a solid show. Like I said, I hope they do come back and have some sort of residency. This kind of we also have this as one of the one too. But this was one of the thing I took away from what TK said in his interview on Q101, one of the local radio shows, the rock radio show that we have here in the Chicagoland area. He said that this was kind of one of his things, that he would trade tapes with one of his buddies from Chicago. He lived in Champaign because he lived right around like the Illini area. When he would travel up here from time to time, he'd go and he would they would do fantasy bookings. Dynamite was the name of his show. Was the name of Tony Khan's show, of course, and then his friend's show would always be happening out of the Aragon Brawl Room. So he'd always be. So this was always some mini dream for Tony Khan to kind of check off the list. Another one of those things for him to kind of do. And again, I think it was a great success. Those tickets sold. The crowds were hot every single show, and it was fantastic. So again, I apologize. We were trying to make the appearance.
Tickets shot up by like 300% in the course of like 2 days, so we couldn't go.
As soon as they made the Hangman announcement for the title, that shot up. And then again, kind of the same deal. As soon as they said it was going to be Dustin and Kyle Fletcher, I saw the same thing. And you couldn't even go on Thursday either. So yeah.
I hope that I know they're doing the small venue stuff. But I think at some point AEW will get back to the point where they can go to bigger venues for their, weekly television shows. I hope, though, that no matter what, this could be a yearly thing.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be after All In.
Yeah, no.
It doesn't have to be after All In. It could be after like Double or Nothing. It could be later in the year leading up to like Forbidden Door or something like that. Whatever. I just hope that this becomes a thing where they do a 2-week or the 3-week residency at the Aragon Brawl Room.
Yeah, that'd be great. Well, let's stay on with the TK's interview just a little bit longer.
Yeah, what
on
else
this one.
did he say?
So
I didn't catch this.
Yeah, I said I caught most of it. It was close to about 40 minutes long. Obviously, the big announcement was the World's End one, which we'll get to in just a second as well. But also, he kind of asked them something along the lines of like, is the network, is TNT, is TBS, are they worried all too much about like, the violent matches that are happening on AEW? And kind of just saw another one in this past week where it was Dustin and Fletcher went crazy and he just stabbed him with a screwdriver for
great
crying out
match.
loud.
They had a great match.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it was
fantastic.
So
they were, kind of asking us, are the networks all too worried about the violence and the movies and the sex on TV? But TK kind of responded with, the pay-per-views, they don't really mind. The pay-per-view buyers, the pay-per-view advertisers, no problem there. And honestly, it's not really all too different with the advertisers and everything on the networks, where they kind of understand. And TK has been on the side of like, violent matches, just gory matches, or not gory, but violent matches, blood matches. These intense, high-stakes matches that happen on AEW. That's kind of the backbone of them. So they kind of just have to maintain. You can't really take that away from that.
Yeah, and I could see that they don't really have a problem either, because it's not like TNT or TBS is on, and Max are crazy with like a younger viewership as well. No. When you look at the WWE, they're on Netflix and they're on USA, which is connected to NBC. You're going to get the younger audience there with that. And I think you're not really getting that with the AEW. You kind of have to see out AEW a little bit more. So you're probably looking for more of that as well. So I could see that not really being a problem with all of those.
Yeah, he was.
I am kind of surprised about the sponsors though, like the advertisements.
Oh,
I'm a little surprised with some of them, but again, not really that surprised because of the product.
Well, again, I don't think like Lego isn't going to be sponsoring AEW anytime soon. It's probably going to be like Stanley or some sort of other construction things that you can use for weapons. But that's kind of where I'm at with it. Where maybe Home Depot, a couple of tables here. And there.
What else did he say?
And
Anything
then, of course,
else?
finally laid off with this big one. This is the biggest announcement. So if you did miss any of these Aragon Ballroom shows, don't worry. AEW is coming back to Chicago. I never worry about AEW coming back to Chicago in any sort of which way. So World's End is coming back December 27th to Chicagoland for the Now Arena over in Hoffman Estates. So that's going to be fantastic again. Everyone complain. That's where I get online, which is it is kind of funny sometimes, but when people are genuinely complaining, like, "Oh, AEW going to Chicago again," yeah, because we're awesome.
You don't got a problem.
Biggest pop.
Don't got a problem when WWE goes to Florida or WWE goes to New York because it's the same thing.
Vegas back to back for WrestleMania.
Yeah. What's the problem? He's from Chicago. A lot of the guys on the roster are from Chicago.
They love the area. They love
the
here.
area. They love the crowd. They love the venues. What's the problem? I do hope that the Dynamite and Collision are at the Aragon Ballroom.
That would be pretty cool.
I do hope that.
That would be nice to come back and fill that up. The Aragon, again, I would have to look.
I know it gets booked a lot.
The
for
Aragon
concerts.
did just drop like their winter update, their winter shows that are popping up. So I would have to look and see if there's anything around the 20.
Even if it's after, do it the week after.
Yeah, exactly. It is
Start
Christmas
the new
time
year.
too.
Start the new year with another Aragon Ballroom residency. That'd be cool.
That could be the same thing. Yeah, kind of where last year they landed off at the. That was the oh my goodness, the Hammerstein. They had their residency at the Hammerstein. So maybe they could have something similar. So if it's not there,
AEW keeps going back to middle of nowhere, South Dakota, but you're gonna complain when they go back to Chicago, an actual market that's giving them fans.
That's always where I'm
Why?
Like, sorry, they're not having it in Spokane, Washington, or
sorry, they're not having it in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Like
that's even better. Yeah, exactly.
They're going to the third
Portland.
biggest market in the world, in the United States.
Sorry,
boo
Portland,
them.
Or
I guess.
Yeah. So that's where I'm always at with that. Again, very very spoiled, but again, deal with it. So sorry, Milwaukee. Eventually, you guys will get something huge. Continuing on, I want to finish off with that Cody Rhodes thing, but we have one quick playing doctor really quick. Will Osprey came out during one of these shows and said he has a neck injury. I believe it was 2 herniated discs in his neck. Unfortunately, that's just awful news. Hopefully, he was saying hopefully he can be back for Forbidden Door. That's pretty close.
That's really close.
It's like a 30 days or less type deal. I don't know if that's going to be on the table. However, I wanted to ask, how much does that impact the current momentum AEW has?
Oh, a lot. I mean, there's a lot of fans that watch AEW strictly because of Will Ospreay.
Yeah, and honestly, you were telling me that you're like, oh, I'm not going to get Osprey at any more of these upcoming Aragon shows. And I'm like, even if I was going to go probably regardless if I had the opportunity to, but that honestly is a little bit of a factor. It puts a damper on it. It does put a little bit of a factor on it. Yeah. Knowing that I know I'm still going to get, probably, still top tier, obviously, but just that one less guy, and obviously he is right now the best of the best in my opinion. So
I mean, it's we saw it this week. If the title isn't on the line, the ticket prices are a little lower, and it goes when Osprey's not there, it drives down some ticket sales sometimes. Yeah. And honestly, maybe even putting that title on the line on Dynamite was a reaction to this. It could have been. Well, I mean, we don't know, but it's something like that. And the fact that he wants to come back so quick, dude, just take a break. I know Forbidden Door is your thing because he is the original Forbidden Door. But bro, take a break.
And I think they're going to be at the O2 Arena. They're going to be back in London.
I get it. And I know this is like they're basically building this show for him.
Again, yeah.
It seems like. Just calm down. Take a break. If you can show up for that one, then you need a break after that.
That's true. Well, we haven't really seen this. Again, there's still other people that can come back. Didn't see any of Omega this entire 3 weeks at the Aragon. So again, he can kind of slide right back in and get back into that footing where.
Do you think he's becoming a little bit of a part-timer? Or do you think that's just a
I don't know if that's gonna be the
close
label
thing?
for it, but it's. I mean, again, he's just
No,
so
I'm just saying the term
so
of it,
injury
but-
riddled. So it's just gonna take more and more for him to when he goes on these big runs. It's gonna take a little bit more resting time for him to get
Okay.
back and get his footing underneath him. So again, I'm gonna vouch for him in that sense.
That's fair.
Finally, you got this is kind of the big one. It's kind of a little bit of foot on both sides. Cody Rhodes was on the
The Ringer.
the Ringers with Bill Simmons. I don't.
I've never really watched him
Never-
before,
never.
so.
I know of Bill Simmons.
He's okay. Ben Simmons, top five of all time. That is something he said before. He said he loves Ben Simmons.
Well, he was on the Ringers podcast, and he was talking about his departure from AEW. Let me see if I can get the exact quote here, but just along the lines of, here you go. There's clearly bad blood, but there's also clearly a respect and love, Rhodes said. The way I can see it, it is, if I felt disrespected ever at WWE, that's one thing. That's the Yankees. That's the flagship of it all. I was a number on a sheet maybe, but feeling disrespected at something I built with my friends, I wouldn't stand for it. So a couple questions for me where making that comparison of, is that not disrespectful of like, hey, they're the Yankees and there's everybody else? There's that part. I also raised my hand and I went, what part did you build exactly? Because, I mean, from my understanding, it was a lot of Omega and actually, if anything, maybe Don Callis could have had more of an input on AEW than maybe you did, actually.
I don't know. They did bring Cody out at the introductory press conference.
Of course, no,
as
of
one
course.
of
Like
the
I said,
founders,
I'm not
so-
saying he had zero part, but to say that like, oh, that was Cody's part that he brought to this, or he brought that person, or he did this to
Well, he
help.
probably did, but I mean, it was a major group effort across a bunch of people.
That's what
in
I'm
the
saying,
Indies
where
to build it.
it wasn't
maybe
probably
not saying he was
all
the
equal parts.
When I heard that, I didn't think of him saying he was the only guy that did it or was the main guy that did it.
Yeah.
But my thing is like, I kind of believed him at the beginning, and then he makes the Yankee comment, and it's like, oh, so there is some bad blood there, because why would you say that then if there's some respect there?
Yeah.
So I was like, I believed you, and then you had me in the first half.
And I mean, this is solely my opinion. I have
Okay.
no
All right.
I have no fact. I have no source telling me that this is true. I believe that there was a real, true falling out in some sort of way. Probably wasn't the number one thing, but a huge factor had to be Brandy in Cody Rhodes' ear, telling him, "Hey, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do that." And then probably Kenny, Matt, and Nick going, "Really again? Like we're gonna do this again? You really got to put her on the show again?" Type deal. I think there was a little bit of frustration of a little bit of John Lennon and Yoko Ono over here, and the rest of the Beatles were trying to actually have something and put something cool together. So
That's
again,
an insane reference for that. But
and stop me when I'm wrong, because when Yoko, I mean when Brandy would get up there and do her, I don't know, her fourth storyline that led to nothing for how many more times? It just she was constantly just every time she was talking, turn the television off. Turn it off.
Yeah.
Or if I was watching on DVR, ×4, ×8. Let's get through this segment. This is so brutal. I don't
She
care.
has
I don't wanna see
one
this.
funny spot. That's it.
Yeah, it was the who the hell you? This ain't
Yeah.
open mic night, bitch. Like that.
Yeah,
like
other
that's
than
it.
that, her
you had
career's
one.
nothing.
You had one. You could have kept doing that. That could have been your excuse me. That could have been your Vicky Guerrero excuse me. They could have done that for the rest of your career, and that would have been perfectly acceptable. But you just keep wanting to keep making garbage.
Yeah.
So again, I have no reference. I have no source on that. I feel like that was a huge factor. That they were probably just sick and tired of, like, really? We have to let Brandy do this again? And then, of course, also, not doing the whole heel turn. And, he's not going to do it. I don't think he's going to do it here in WWE, but just doing a heel turn in AEW would have been just the bee's knees. But
Yeah.
just didn't want to do it. Just don't understand. Don't understand.
Said he'll do it in the WWE.
I hate you. All right, well there you go. That's all I gotta say on that. That's that. So I probably won't be listening all too much. Of course, I cut the clips from it, so that's where that's at. So, any other final thoughts, questions, concerns on AEW, MJF out of the Hurt Syndicate, Hangman retaining?
No, not really.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Like I said, hopefully we're back.
It was a good show. They had some banger matches this week.
Yes. Again, hopefully they were back again. Fantastic venue, fantastic seating, sightings. Everyone was enjoying and complimenting it. So again, beautiful venue. It's again, we're probably not gonna see wrestling at the Aragon anytime soon. But if you see your next favorite upcoming band at the Aragon, go to that venue just for the show and just for the venue itself. It's awesome. It's a great venue. One of the best venues in Chicago, if not the best. So without further ado, let's go ahead and close this up with a little bit of Scotty's World. And I got a new segment coming up right here when we return here on Bad Karma Wrestling.
Throughout the 1960s, 70s, and 80s, Judy Finelli established herself as a masterful juggler and performer, making appearances everywhere from Carnegie Hall to Sesame Street. With her loving heart, she has brought warm smiles to children everywhere she has performed. She even started the San Francisco School for the Circus Arts, but shortly after, she was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and by 2004, she was completely paralyzed. In celebration of her accomplishments, and to fight the illness that had crippled Judy, a group of students from the San Francisco Clown College have compiled the perfect holiday present for those who want to laugh and to help those struggling with the illness. The goal has been set at $1 million raised, with 100% of any dollar made to be donated to the Judy Finelli Fund, which is helping find a cure to multiple sclerosis. Visit www.circuscenter.org to make a donation or to purchase a framed naked clown photo or the full Naked Clown 12-month calendar. Remember, 100% of every dollar is donated and goes to fighting MS.
Man, I'm so hungry. I need somewhere to eat fast. I have no idea where to go.
Psst. Hola, me llamo El Taco de Taco. You know where to go for the amazing taste that'll have you craving more? Taco Bell.
Can I get 20 tacos, please?
You got it.
Thanks, Taco.
De nada.
Good. That's it. Eat the tacos.
Taco Bell. Live más.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling.
Give me a hell yeah.
With no gimmick Nick Johnston.
It doesn't matter how you feel.
And David Double D Dykstra.
And we're back. BK Dub in the building,
BK
wrapping it up
Dub.
here. We got Scotty's World, and then, like I said, I got a little fun little segment also to wrap us up out of here. But for Scotty's World today, with SummerSlam on the horizon coming up tomorrow and Sunday, you have the WWE's ranking. They have the top 25 SummerSlam matches of all time.
Yep.
So you wanted to go ahead and
Same as WrestleMania, they did a list.
They made a list.
They made the list, but this time it was only the top 25. They didn't do the top 50 like they did for that. So we can run through them. Starting at 25, Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar, 2023.
Okay, recency bias probably, but go for it.
Really? You think recency bias with that one?
I would have to really play it back.
Title unification match: Seth Rollins versus John Cena, 2015. Number 24.
Yeah, I'm sure these are going to be a little tough for these more recent ones. So
Undertaker versus Bret Hart, SummerSlam, 97.
Okay, good to see him on the list. Nice.
Lesnar, Seth Rollins, Universal Title match, 2019.
Two Lesnar matches, two Rollins matches, pretty early on. Okay.
Yeah, pretty early.
It was. I mean, Rollins did kind of dominate SummerSlam for a lot of time. So
Bianca versus Becky, Raw Women's match, Raw Women's Championship match, SummerSlam 22.
Okay.
Isn't this the one where? Is this where Damage Control came out or no?
I don't recall.
No, maybe it was. I think this was the one where Damage Control came out,
I
right,
like number
Frankie?
20.
You had what?
I like number 20.
You like number 20?
Yeah.
We got
very underrated match.
Orton versus Christian, World Heavyweight Title, no holds barred.
Love that match.
Really?
Very underrated.
All right, I'll go back. Lesnar Undertaker 2015, another Lesnar one.
No.
At number 19.
Yeah, you kind of see when Lesnar wanted to work.
Yeah.
Work during the summertime.
This one, I feel like is a little bit too late, but then I saw what they kept doing when they announced this one, and I was like, yeah, okay, that's kind of fair.
No, Hardy and Punk.
Hardy Punk, World Heavyweight Title, TLC, and then the spot
should be
with
a little bit higher.
Undertaker. I thought it should be a little bit higher, and then I looked at some of the ones in like the top. I thought it was like could sneak in the top 10.
I mean,
and then
again,
I saw some
I've
of
yet
the
to
top
see
10,
the
I'm
rest of
like,
this list.
ooh.
We'll see. I think as of now, I think it'll be a little bit higher.
Stone Cold versus Kurt Angle.
Okay.
World title match. Hold on, I'm trying to get the year. 2001.
Yeah, I'm for it. Anything with Angle, I'll be for it. So
And
that
then
sounds good to me.
the 20-year anniversary of Dominic Mysterio being in the WWE.
Wow.
Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero ladder match. Custody of Dom ladder match.
Now, okay.
SummerSlam 2025 is number 16.
This might be properly placed because, of course, the gimmick, the storyline going into it was exactly that, the custody of Dominic Mysterio. However, the match itself wasn't all that great.
It was still a good ladder
It was good.
match.
It was a good ladder match, yes, but it wasn't the be all end all best ladder match, even really the best ladder match of all time type deal.
To be honest, when you think SummerSlam, you kind of do think of this match.
And it's that, yeah, sure, but then you also think of, where the hell is Vicky? She screwed up the spot. she completely botched the spot, so you got to keep that into a factor as well.
Ready for this one?
Go for it.
Number 15, Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe versus Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar, SummerSlam 2017.
Oh, this is my favorite because this is when Lesnar stuck Braun, and all you hear him go is, slow the down! Slow down! Yeah, slow down. Taught that big man a quick lesson there.
Rock versus Triple H IC title ladder match 98.
I watched this one too. I mean, I was actually pretty excited when I was watching back some of these just matches. This was pretty good. This was pretty decent didn't really even think that The Rock was ever even in a ladder match type deal. So
I've heard of this one in top regard, and then when I went to watch it, I was actually thoroughly surprised. It was really good because The Rock and ladder match doesn't seem like it
for
work.
not being like the innovative, the ones that we see now where everyone's doing flips and jumps and has to balance on a ladder to get to another ladder type deal. This is pretty decent. So yeah, again, properly placed, I feel.
John Cena, CM Punk, SummerSlam 2011.
Yeah, sure. Again, had all the hype, had all the storyline for it. That's fine.
Might be a little bit high because of the match, but still pretty decent in my opinion. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, last man standing.
Like the fifth Lesnar
When he
match.
brings
on
in
here.
this is when he brings in the tractor.
Yeah. Okay. All right, that's fine. I could if that's the
And
saving
they
grace
flip
of
the
it.
ring.
Yeah, that's the saving grace of it. That's fine.
What was your reaction when they did that?
Eh.
Do you remember your reaction when they flipped the ring?
I'm like, they're really gonna do this, aren't they? They did it. Wow. Oh, they did it, didn't they? All right, cool.
John Cena versus Daniel Bryan, 2013.
Yeah, probably one of Cena's best wrestling matches of his career. So
Undertaker versus Edge, Hell in a Cell, 2008.
I want this higher. I think I love this match. I don't know. Maybe it's just nostalgia. It's that personal nostalgia for me. I highly rank this match. I love this match. He literally choke slams him to hell.
This one I think could be a little bit lower. Michaels versus Razor Ramon, IC title ladder match.
No, this needs to be a little bit higher. This is the first.
You think? Because I would maybe take the Undertaker Edge match over it.
I don't know. I think maybe. Sorry, my apologies. I'm misconstruing it, but still, this is probably fine. Maybe I flipped the Undertaker and Edge still, but yeah, that's okay.
Dude,
Yeah.
he really just likes to work in the summer. The Rock versus Brock Lesnar undisputed title in
Rock
2002.
versus Brock. Yeah, again, like I said, has the hype for it. This is it's probably only one of the Lesnar matches I'm going to agree on actually being rightfully placed.
Oh
on
yeah,
here.
no, but he really only likes to work in the summer, man.
Yeah, exactly right. This is the
unsanctioned street fight, Shawn Michaels Triple H 2002.
Okay, I like this. Yeah, that was a good match. Really good match.
Very
I like this.
good unsanctioned match.
Good storyline again, leading up with Shawn Michaels coming back from his back injury and all that jazz. So yeah, I like this.
The TLC match.
Yep. This could be number one.
That could be number one. That could honestly be one of the greatest.
Easily be number one. Well, also could
TLC
be this next
matches
match
of all
too.
time.
I'm kind of cheating. I'm looking
No,
at
I
5.
get you. Bret Hart versus Owen Hart. We watched this one last year.
Yeah.
For when we just went over a couple matches. This one I agree with it. Pretty good match. Probably take the TLC match over it though.
Number 4 is a head scratcher.
Number 4, very much a head scratcher. No DQ match, CM Punk, Brock Lesnar, SummerSlam.
Best in the world versus the Beast.
2013. So this was when they got CM Punk back.
Yeah.
And Brock back, technically, from the UFC. So, really only like, for being number 4, a little crazy.
Yeah.
I might have to go back and watch it again, but I just remember being underwhelmed with this one.
Lesnar's on here 8 times. 8 times.
8 times. Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect.
Wow.
IC title match, 91.
I'm going to have to go back and watch that one. That sounds awesome.
Number 2, Cena versus AJ, 2016.
Yeah, again, that same breath with Brian Danielson. Probably one of his best wrestling matches of his career with Cena and Styles. So, yeah, that's awesome.
And then number 1, we watched it last year, Bret Hart versus British Bulldog.
No, that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah, I
That's
completely
fine.
agree. Again, a couple of these are interchangeable, I'm sure. TLC, if you're like my age, you're probably going to put that one as number 1. But, yeah, Bret Hart, Bulldog, for sure. Again, Bret Hart, Owen Hart, same deal. You can probably throw that up there as well. Man. Not atrocious, not as egregious as the WrestleMania list. And I get
Other
it
than
where
the CM Punk Brock Lesnar one, the top 10 is mostly like, if you switch them around, fine, but it's all of them deserve to be in there.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's probably some honorable mentions that are just sitting there that some one person at the edge of their couch is like, oh, how do you not have... I know that, again, there's probably
How do you not have tribal combat? No one wants that one on there.
Yeah, so... This is actually, like I said,
That's a pretty good list.
It's pretty solid list. Again,
Top 10's pretty solid, other than the one that we mentioned. And honestly, you could just switch them around based on preference.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. I know it's a little bit tougher. It's a little bit easier making 25 compared to 50. So there's not as many chances to screw it up. So good on them. Glad they didn't make it so too bad. So.
All right, what's Nick's new gimmick? Even though no gimmick.
Nick's new gimmick.
No gimmick of gimmick.
So you see this right here. You can been making fun. As the child that I am, you can go ahead and cut these out of your Minute Maid lemonade boxes that you get at the. But I saw this and I took the opportunity. I'm like, let's make this positive into another positive, and let's just add on to the end of the show. Just to kind of spice things up here on BKW. Again, not stale, but like I said, let's add some more flavor. So
I know where you could take this as a gimmick, and I'm just waiting to see if you do it.
I don't think I am. Like I said, I just want to probably like switch it up. I feel like there's always that side of me where I'm always negative, I'm hating. So I wanted to do this, like I said, end off on a good note, end off on a bright side for BK Dub just in general. So go on, like I said, setting off either starting off your week or ending your week on a positive side. I want this to be kind of your best of the week. Like this, you hold this. Like I said, this is the talking stick for this segment. Essentially, you give out your champ. Essentially, you're giving out this championship. This is to the person you thought, whether it be in the wrestling realm, a wrestler, maybe a talent, maybe behind the stage scenes person, whoever it may be. Even if it's a utility guy that you saw working the show, whatever it may be.
Okay.
Whatever you deem is that champion of the week, this is going to be that side of it. So. Like I said, I kind of laying this on you right now, so it might be too quick to judge of who your real champion of the week might be. And I know I kind of thought of who it might be for me. I can always fall back on my go-to, which I probably am going to do this week, and it's going to be the Beast Mortos. The Beast Mortos gets another it's going to be the inaugural, the very first BKW champion of the week for me, because over this past week, this, of course, was the San Diego Comic-Con, a bunch of different drops for different toys, different exclusives. Jazzwares is the AEW main proprietor for their toys and all that jazz. So on the Ringside Collectibles, I'm getting really layered in this one. Ringside Collectibles put up their upcoming series for their AEW figures, including, of course, big names, Jon Moxley, Kenny Omega. But guess who got the most likes on their individual figure post? You guessed it, the Beast Mortos, by a couple hundred. So when you're looking at that, Ringside Collectibles, understand there is a want, there is a demand. AEW, there is a demand for the Beast Mortos. So the Beast Mortos, just another phenomenal week. I mean, just racking them up. Summer of Mortos, the lawyer that is the Mortos. All praise be the Mortos. Champ, you are going to be my first BKW championship of the week. Scotty, you got one for the folks at home?
I can't believe.
And guys, this is just a prototype. We will not be.
A brand new gimmick strictly for the Beast of Mortos.
This is not just the long. This is not just my way of giving.
He's gonna come back and he's just gonna say the Beast of Mortos.
I'm gonna flip it upside down. It's gonna be the Mortos. It's just gonna be an M for the Mortos.
Or the Miz. Your favorite person.
I should just call this the Mortos, honestly. the Mortos. Here you go. Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to Ludwig Kaiser.
Okay.
He's absolutely killing. If he is El Grande Americano, he's absolutely killing it. He's doing promos in Spanish, and he's singing and serenading crowds in AAA.
correct.
He's actually over in AAA. It's a problem here in America, but he's over in AAA.
They don't care.
They love it.
They don't politically correct or incorrect. That's not a lingo that goes down. Really anywhere else outside the U.S.
He was walking somewhere, and Mr. Iguana, obviously not in his attire, but still was behind him. And El Grande Americano was just being swarmed with people. He's absolutely, if he is El Grande Americano, he might not be. Chad Gable did say during the week that he wrestled at WrestleMania, even though he was not on the card. So I don't know what he was talking about.
I think it was those perks that they were giving for his arm.
Maybe.
I think he was just a little too hopped up.
Maybe.
Or the altitude being in Minnesota.
Or could Chad Gable be Ray Phoenix?
Wow. Yeah. I don't know.
Thoughts. Yeah.
Thoughts.
But no, I'm going to give it to Ludwig Kaiser because he's absolutely killing it right now with this gimmick.
I thought
he might be doing it better than the original.
So I don't want to be I don't want to be drama alert, but I heard Ludwig Kaiser and Tiffany Stratton might have broken up.
Oh, okay.
So there is a chance for you with Ludwig. I mean, do you guys have your championship of the week?
For me, it's gonna be Tony D'Angelo, baby.
All right.
He died on
No,
NXT.
but he died. No, wait a minute. No. They gave him the Sopranos thing. They gave him the Sopranos thing. You show me it.
They
That
gave him
means
the
he's gonna be
Sopranos
called up to the
stuff.
main
Oh,
roster.
my.
He's gonna be an absolute stud on Raw. Put him on Raw. He's gonna be an absolute stud. Watch.
Okay. All right.
Look at Nick! He's like, who's Tony D'Angelo?
No, I know what it is. I just don't care for it. Obviously.
I'm with Scotty. I'm with Scotty on this.
Ludwig.
Grande Americano. I mean, he's.
You don't want to give it to El Pequeño Americano?
You could. You easily could, but I mean, the Americanos. How about that?
There you go,
Los
that's fair.
Americanos. They're doing an incredible
Los
job.
Americanos.
Legendary
It
Lucha
works.
Libre family.
Truly.
But they're doing a fantastic job. Yeah, I love the stuff. I'm fat. I mean, the more and more I'm getting into wrestling now, and the more I'm watching, I love the gimmicks. I love the personalities that I'm starting to see now, and it's really making me fall more in love with it. So it's fantastic to watch.
There we go. Like I said, this is just the joy that I wanted to bring from this segment. So just end it off on some positivity. That's all it was for the Mortos. But like I said, I'm going to decorate this bad boy up a little bit more special.
If you flip it, it just does say Mortos.
I know. It is the Mortos Minute. Well, there we have it, folks. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up here on BK Dub.
BK Dub.
Thanks again for joining us. When we come back, obviously, next week we'll be recapping SummerSlam, getting everything else in between, and, of course, handing out another set of championships for our BKW Champion of the Week. Scotty K, any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
No, good. Enjoy SummerSlam.
Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for the boys back there helping out, as always. And, of course, we'll be back here next week with some fresh set of eyes, ready to roll. Bad Karma Wrestling. We love you. Peace out.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling.
Give me a hell yeah!
With No Gimmick Nick Johnston
It doesn't matter how you feel!
and David Double D Dykstra.